So as I said, rotational dynamics always having a greater importance, including JEE mains, JEE advanced, and NEET also. See the concept, what you understand, if you are really convenience, so 100% you can solve even a JEE advanced level. Even that we can prove it in our today's class. Okay. So let us see, last class we have studied that conservation of angular momentum. So what is conservation of angular momentum? Will says that anybody can tell me conservation of angular momentum. Please respond. So conservation of angular momentum will says that angular momentum before and after both will equals to what? Initial angular momentum is equals to
final angular momentum.
That is only called as conservation of angular momentum. If, for example, if initial angular momentum is 0, then final angular momentum also what? Final angular momentum also becomes when tau external become what?
0.
Tau external become 0. That is what we have studied up to last class. I hope you are all familiar. If not familiar also, please kindly watch and make it. Mr. Narayan, as of course, every people is having JEE and as well as NEET. So there will be minimum 5 mark or minimum 4 mark question definitely will be there from this concept conservation of angular momentum. This is one of the most important and easiest one where you can score the mark if you are having a basic concept like knowledge also. So let us see the sum and we will solve it. So let us write the next sum. Today we are going to finish this concept. Tomorrow onwards we are going to start the rolling like this rotational dynamics in purely rotation, like pure rolling it is. Okay. So let me take a ring. You can take it. So I'm drawing a ring. You can take it, everybody. So we all know ring. So axis of rotation is passing through the center of mass. Okay. So now this is actually the center of mass where the two massless rods is connected. Be very careful. What is this rods, everybody? Massless rods. Clear? So I'm taking a ring. First understanding question is very important. Maybe it may take one period also. It will be like 40 minutes to understand. So, but it will be very easy. So ring. So two massless rods will be connected. Understand for those? It is, so it is axis of rotation. It is rotating with the omega, angular velocity omega. So both are massless rods. Massless rods is safe. Now, two small masses whose mass is m by 8. Whose mass is how much, everybody? M by 8 each are, yes, kept at O. Kept at O. So this is the O point. I kept how many mass? Two masses whose mass is how much, guys? M by 8. Understanding, all of you? Understand Mr. Dresser question? Clear? So now
Yes,
write the question. So these mass can slide on the rods radially outwards. So radially outwards means they will move like this or like this. Downwards, outwards means like this only. Am I right, guys? Please respond, all of you. So they are rolling outwards when it is rotating. Initially it is 0. So initial linear angular momentum is, initial angular momentum is how much? If it is 0 means initial angular momentum, please. If it is in rest, initial angular momentum is what? All of you. Initial
0.
angular momentum is 0. Are you clear? So if it is in rest, initial angular momentum is 0 only. Now observe very carefully, all of you. So these mass can slide on the rods radially outwards at some time, at some instant, one of the mass m by 8 mass is at 3r by 5 distance from r. Can you understand this question? Anybody? What they are saying? Distance from O. What they are saying? One of the m by 8 mass is how much distance, everybody? How much distance? 3 by
3r by
distance from the O. Means this is the O point. Let me take different color and understanding. So it is, let me take, it is started radially moving and it is reaches. So this totally we used to call it as what? what Prados, this totally we used to call it as R. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. Now it is traveled up to this distance. So here it is the ball. So what is the distance? Radially it is travel. How much it is? 3R by 5. Clear? Understand, Rudreswa? Narayan? For distance from the O. Now, when angular velocity omega, when angular velocity omega of a system is 8 by 9 omega. So by the time, how much angular velocity? Everybody, entire system, not this ball or not this ring. Entire system, what is the angular velocity by the time? Everybody, please respond, guys. Angular velocity is equals to 8 by 9 omega. See, unless you are speaking, you are doing, nothing is going to understand. Now they are asking, find the distance of other m by 8 at this instant. Is it clear, Pradosh? Question? So this is what is the question. So option A, 2 by 3R. Option B, 3 by 2R. Option C, 3 by 4R. Option D, 4 by 5R. So this is what is options. So if you understand this, it is very easy to solve. So I will teach you, because it is beginning stage. So if you are understanding or not, you tell me. So all of you observe very carefully. When the two balls are kept at the horizon, what is the initial momentum? 0 only. Am I right or wrong? Everybody, please respond, guys. All of you. Initial momentum is 0 or not? At the center of mass. Please respond. Can you hear me at least? That is what. Now see that when angular velocity of the entire system is 8 by 9 omega, by this time, one of the mass is traveled 3R by 5 distance. Then by that time, at that instant time, what is the second body traveled distance? That is what they are asking. Let us assume X. Any problem? Anybody? I'm asking you. Clear, everybody? Can you hear me at least? Yeah?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Please be active, because this is what very tough advanced sums you have to understand. So we all knows that conservation of momentum will says that initial angular momentum is equals to final angular momentum. So this is for only, not for a particular body. This is for entire system. Okay. So entire system it is that. Now we all knows the linear momentum, angular momentum formula is what? Everybody. I1 omega 1 is equals to I2 omega 2. Clear, everybody? Now, so initially the balls are at center. So that what is the momentum of them? 0. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. So only disk is present, only ring is present. So ring is only started rotating. So through the center of mass, what is the momentum of ring through the passing through center of mass? Everybody, make it fast. Momentum of ring, guys. I is equals to momentum of inertia. What is the ring momentum of inertia through the center of mass? Worst this life. Momentum of inertia of ring, you don't know.
MR.
MR, if you are not interested, you can leave it. No issues. MR square. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know, what we can do. So now initially balls are at the center. So what is the momentum of them? What is the momentum of them? It is 0. Okay.
0.
So initial momentum is equals to what will happen? First, this ring plus entire system. So ring plus ball, that two masses, both it is. So ring, what is that? MR square, understanding, plus what is the momentum of balls? 0. So 0 into omega it is. So which is equals to what? MR square omega. Any problem? Which is equals. So that is the initial angular momentum. Now, final angular momentum. Now already the masses has been traveled. So definitely everything is having a momentum. So what is the momentum? Let us verify now. So you can see by the time when the balls are started moving, what is the angular momentum? Omega. Initially omega is the angular momentum. When the ball is traveled 3R by 5 distance, what is the angular momentum by that time? Everybody, final angular momentum. Respond here, it is there. How much it is there? Rudreswa? 8 by 9 omega. Clear? 8 by 9 omega. So what about the I? Let us see. So now entire system means everybody is in motion. So everybody will possess the momentum. So this bodies came here and this body is traveled by this time some x distance. So momentum of a ring is what? Mr square plus. Next, momentum of this ball, can tell me? Momentum of this ball, fastly everybody. Momentum of this ball, how much, guys?
2 by
Mass
3
into
mass.
m by 8 into, what is the distance it is traveled from the center? 3r by 8. Clear? Plus another ball, m by 8 m by 8 into, because what is the inertia formula? Inertia formula, tell me guys, mass into r square. Am I right or wrong? No use.
Yes.
So m by 8 into, what is the distance we assumed? That is what we have to calculate. What is the distance we assumed?
X, sir.
So which is what? X square. At least if you're able to write these steps, that's all. I hope you all understanding. So be very careful. Initially only disc is started rotating. So both balls are at the center, not disc, ring. So both the balls are at the center, so that inertia is 0. Moment of inertia is 0. Only ring is posting the inertia at the beginning. So that mr square into omega. Next, after balls are traveled certain distance, the angular velocity is reduced to 8 by 9 omega. Before it is omega, now it is reduced to what, guys? 8 by 9 omega. So by the time every body is in motion, so everybody will possess the inertia. So inertia of a ring is mr square plus inertia of a one ball mass is m by 8 into distance is, what is the distance? Everybody. One mass from the center. This is traveled this much. So what is the distance? It is given 3r by 5. So that is what it is. And mass is m by 8. Another also traveled some x distance. We don't know. So x and mass is m by 8. So mass into distance. That is what r. R is equals to x here. Here also r is equals to 3r by 5. I hope you all understand this step. Anybody having any problem, please let me know. I understand, guys. Speak, guys.
Sir,
Yeah.
here
Now,
we should not consider the ball as sphere, sir.
yes, Rudra, sir. Tell me.
Sir, here we should not consider the ball as sphere, sir.
They have given two small masses. They're not, their sphere or their whatever it is, they're not specified. So their mass is what? Their mass they have given and distance only they have given. You understand? They are moving radially.
Okay.
Radially means in the sense of, imagine if this is the ring and you connected two pipes, Rudreswar, for example, center of mass. I am giving you like this. Now this ball will travel like this and this ball will travel like this. That's all. Are you clear? So imagine it is traveled 3r by 5 distance. By the time what is this ball will travel, that is what they are asking. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's all it is now. Clear? So that is what. Now all of you observe very carefully. So everywhere m is common. Can I strike m out? M will get cancelled. Okay, everyone. Now 9 is in multiplication, will come this side. 9r square omega, which is equals to 8 into r square, 8r square. Next, yeah, you can take omega also. Okay, you can leave it. Omega also I will keep it. No issues. So next, what will happen? 8, 9 will come. 8r square omega. Next, what will happen? Plus this one you can check it, everybody. 8 into 8 will get cancelled or not? Rudreswar, 8 into 8 can I get cancelled? You want, you can write it. Okay, no issues. So here 1 by 8 is there into 8 omega into this one will become 9r square by 8. 9r square by 8 square. Is it okay, va? Please respond. I think I have written formula wrong here. 3r by 5. Am I right, brothers? So 25. Okay, plus again this one. So 1 by 8 into x square into 8 omega. Clear, everyone? Understand? You should speak.
Yes, sir.
8 will get cancelled. Here also 8 will get cancelled. Now you can see we can make it. So can I put omega also common everywhere? Omega also, can I strike it, everybody? Yes, please. So what is remaining? 9r square is equals to 8r square plus what else remaining here? Speak loudly. 9r square by 25 plus x square. Is it okay, va? Ellame. So 8r square I will send this side. So which is equals to 9r square by 25 plus x square, which is equals to 9r square minus 8r square. So 9r square minus 8r square, how much, guys? R square. R square is equals to 9R square by 25 plus X square. So you can take LCM whatever the way, in what way you are very good in calculation. According to that, you can solve. So 25x square is equals to R square. So I'll write 25R square minus 9R square is equals to 25x square. So now you can see 25 minus 9, how much guys? 16R square is equals to 25x square. So x is equals to 16R square divided by 25 root over, which is equals to 4R divided by 5. So by the time, what is that? What is the second ball will travel? R is equals to how much guys? 4R by 5. So what is the correct option? Everyone, option D. Clear? So this is the JEE advanced sum actually. JEE advanced question 2015 JEE advanced sum. So if you are having a basic concept, is not required. Just a conservation of angular momentum. If you know the concept, initial angular momentum equals to final angular momentum, you can solve this question very simple. So once again, I'm saying, be very careful. Writing equation time is very important. So just those who understand also, you can observe. So initially, you can see if it is a ring, all of you observe. So ring, we all knows that. What is the moment of inertia through the center of mass? Everybody, we all studied, guys. This is, you should know. You should not forget it. So it is moving with the omega, okay? Omega velocity. So what is the initial angular momentum? Everybody, fastly tell me. M R square.
MR square.
R square. Now I have two massless rods been attached. So I kept two masses. So initially they are at center of mass. If they are center of mass, what is the momentum of inertia of like mass? Moment of inertia of the balls. Both balls moment of inertia is 0. So that's all it is. Because they are at the center. Because why they are 0? Anybody can tell? Because R is equals to what? They are at the center of mass. So R is equals to what? 0. If R is 0, means it become what? 0. Understand, Pradosh? If you are able to solve one sum, you can able to make NEET 5 mark. That much you have to be very careful. Clear? So now this ball, after rotating, this is decreased to 8 by 9 omega. By the time one ball is traveled 3R by 5 distance. That is what. And by this time, this ball also won't be. This ball also will travel some x distance. That x only they are asking. That's all it is. So initial angular momentum is equals to final angular momentum. Initially only ring is having. So ring IR square omega plus balls, what is that? 0. No, sorry, mass. Then after IR square plus everybody is possessing M by 8. Okay. So M by 8, sorry, MR square, not IR square. MR square, MR square plus M by 8 into what is the distance? 3R by 5 whole square plus second mass M by 8 into X square into what is that omega angular velocity? How much after balls are moving? What is the angular velocity they have given, guys? 8 by 9 omega.
8 by 9 omega.
So 8 by 9 omega. That's all. If you solve this equation, you'll get the answer. What is that answer? X is equals to 4 by 5 R. Okay, that is the answer. Clear, everybody? This is the 4-mark sum for JEE NEET. If you make correct, 4 marks will come. Wrong means you will lose 1 mark, -1. So that is such a beautiful sum it is. I hope you all understanding. Mr. Narayan, are you clear? Mr. Rudreswar? Yes?
Yes, sir.
That is. So please think, anything doubt you can ask me. Are you clear, Rudresh? Completely? Can you able to think about it, how the sums will be?
Yes, sir.
So please make sure you are working. Yes. Start doing. Anybody having doubt, you can ask me. One sum you learn also, you must have a capability of understanding. That is what is needed for me. Are you able to do it, Princey? Mr. Rishi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, workout. Pradosh, are you clear? Anything doubt, ask me, Pradosh. Laksha? Ishali?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make sure every point you should understand. Now you can listening only, you are not thinking. Later, when you are putting the JEE sums or NEET sums, your mind should think. What I'm saying, you can spend half an hour at the beginning level for this sum. It is a valid, no, nothing wrong. But you are able to solve. That is what is needed. Later 100% you will be make it. Okay. Naren, are you clear, Naren? Anything doubt in this? Okay. So at everywhere angular momentum direction, if you want to find it, you have to use a rule. What is the rule we'll use, guys? Right hand, thumb rule, or we can use it screw rule. Okay. So that's your choice. So this is what is about it. Next one. So next one we are going to find, you can take a disk actually. So we all knows that disk and ring difference. I think you all people are very familiar with the difference between disk and ring. Am I right, everyone? Clear, all of you? So let me take a disk. It is now. So it is a disk. So where axis of rotation is passing through the COM. Axis of rotation is passing through the center of mass. So let me take it is omega. Okay. So now we all people knows that angular momentum is equals to, what is the formula? Everybody. Disk cross symmetric objects. If it is a symmetric objects means what is the angular momentum formula? L is equals to I omega. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. Everybody.
Sir.
So this is the platform, brothers. So this is your platform. Imagine you are standing on a disk. For example, you all can see, like as I said, if you go to any kind of shopping malls and all, one person is standing on that and he is keep on rotating. Okay. So that is what is like the platform is a disk now. So one person is standing at somewhere distance. Okay, somewhere distance. From the COM, let me take the distance is R. What is the distance, everybody? The distance is what? R. Some person P. So who is traveling, who is running with the velocity V? So all of you observe very carefully, like a thread mission, like exercise mission. If I am trying to push backward, Newton's third law, if I am trying to run with some velocity in the forward direction, my disk will move in what direction, everybody? My disk will move in what direction? Backward direction. Do you understand, everyone? So that is what is same thing happening. So now a person's angular momentum is trying to rotate in a clockwise means, so the disk with respect to the ground, the disk angular momentum in what direction? Opposite direction. Am I right or wrong? Do you all understanding, everybody? So those are clear with this? So opposite direction. So it is free to rotate, and it is a disk whose angular momentum is I and radius is R, and it is in, a person is in still. Still means no motion at the beginning. No motion. So no motion means the linear momentum of disk also and person also, both equals to what, everybody? Linear momentum of disk and disk plus person, both will become what at the beginning? At the beginning, he is just standing still. What will become linear momentum? Everybody. Sorry, linear momentum, not angular momentum. Angular momentum will become what? He is not moving, guys, just is standing. So angular momentum is what? 0. Understanding? So imagine now, suddenly person starts running with velocity V. That is what I kept it here. Velocity V with respect to ground, not with respect to platform. Be very careful. What is our platform here? Anybody can tell? What is our platform? Disk is our platform. So with respect to ground, Mr. Person is started running forward in V velocity. So what will happen? Question is, find the omega of disk. So this is the question. Okay, everybody. So we all people knows that. What is the conservation of momentum formula? Angular momentum, initial angular equals to, speak raw, initial angular momentum equals to final angular momentum. So at initially person is a still means angular momentum of person plus angular momentum of, okay, sorry, initially. So you can take initial angular momentum is 0, means if net external torque will become 0, then final angular momentum also will become what? Everybody. Final angular momentum also become what? Please respond. 0. Understanding, everybody? Yes, Ra? All of you? So we all know that if I consider a person, linear momentum of a person, he is at r distance from the center of mass, then what will happen, everybody? So r into linear momentum, because he is moving with the velocity. So linear momentum is equals to mass into velocity. So what is this formula? We all people knows. Everybody. MVR perpendicular. Am I right or wrong? MVR perpendicular. So if you imagine a disk, understand to those? MVR perpendicular. Imagine the person is at somewhere here. So that R perpendicular is equals to R. So that this formula will turn up into what? So linear angular momentum of a person is MVR. And what is the direction? Can you tell me, Rudreshwar, by applying right hand thumb rule? He is moving like this. So by applying right hand thumb rule, just make it and tell me what is the direction. So this is the radius. If you are moving R cross F, this is R and R cross V. So go with R cross V and tell me the direction, upward or downwards, or what is that? R cross V, R cross V, sorry, R cross P, whatever it is, you can come. So tell me what is the direction, everybody. Velocity is V here. So what will happen, everyone? R cross V, go. This is what is R. So R cross V, if I come, what will happen? Apply right hand thumb rule. Everybody, R cross V, if I apply, what is that? Upward or downwards? You put your right hand and apply. Upward direction. So angular momentum of a person is acting what direction? Everybody? You
Upward
apply your
direction.
hand, upward direction. So now see, initial angular momentum is 0. Final angular momentum means what? Person is also running and disk is also running. So final angular momentum is that one. So if initial angular momentum is 0 means final angular momentum is also become what? Everybody. Final angular momentum also become what? 0. Clear? So now initial angular momentum, sorry, final angular momentum of a person is MVR. It is positive or negative? Upward, guys. Upward means positive or negative? Upward means positive or negative? Positive. Clear? Next. Now, if a disk is, see that with respect to ground, if a person's angular momentum is upwards means, then what about the disk? Disk angular momentum is what? It is moving reverse, opposite direction. So what is angular momentum of a disk, Pradosh? If this is upward means angular momentum of a disk will be what one? Everybody. It will be in downward direction. Are you clear? So if it is downward direction means it is what will happen? It will be the negative. So I omega. So minus I omega is equals to 0. So from that, what will happen? MVR is equals to I omega. We want omega. So omega of a disk is equals to MVR divided by I. So this is the formula for calculating angular velocity of a disk. So please learn it. Once again, I'm saying, remember, if a person's angular momentum direction is upwards means with respect to ground, the ground is moving opposite direction. So if it is like reverse direction, so it will act in downward direction. You can come R cross V. So it is covering like this. So if you go with R cross V, you can see this is R. This is R and it is moving like this. So if you apply here 90 degrees, so what is the direction? Anybody? R cross V. It is clockwise or downwards or upwards? Verify it. Apply your right hand thumb rule. So what will happen? I'm going to R cross V. R cross V. So that what will happen? Udreswa? So it will moving anti-clockwise. Sorry, it is moving clockwise. So it is positive or sorry, it is moving clockwise, anti-clockwise or clockwise only. So it will become what? Negative it is. So which will act in downward direction. So the person's angular momentum is in upward direction and disk angular momentum is in downward direction. So it is positive. Upward means it is positive. Downwards means it is negative. So we'll get omega is equals to MVR divided by I. So this is what is the formula for calculating the omega angular velocity of a disk. Solve it, everybody. Okay. So disk angular momentum is what, everybody? Disk angular momentum, which is in what direction? Disk angular momentum is in downward direction. So downward direction. So it is in negative. That is what you have to remember it. Because it is anti-clockwise. So your thumb is acting downwards or upwards. Verify it. Everybody. You can move, you can pass from the center of mass. Disk is going anti-clockwise. Clockwise. It is your thumb is acting what? Downwards or upwards? With Reswa, you can apply. It is like this.
Downwards.
Person is going. See, person is going like this. So person is going like this. Means it is your thumb will shows upward direction. You can pass. Now the disk is going reverse direction. So opposite. So what will happen? It will be in a downward direction. Thumb will shows downwards. That is what I omega. Are you clear, everyone? Anybody having doubt, you can ask. So why I choose two different formulas here for person? person is not a symmetric object. So symmetrical object is not, means we have to apply this formula. And disk is a symmetrical object or not, everybody? Disk is a symmetrical object or not?
Yes, sir.
That is why we are using this formula.
Yes.
I hope you are clear, Pradosh. Understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if it is a symmetrical object, we can use I into omega. And if it is a non-symmetrical object, the person is just like a small particle. That is why we are using R cross P. So that's what it is about. So this is what is about the omega. Anybody having any doubt, you can ask me. Mani and Samya, understand, Amma? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, anybody can ask me. So this is the formula. Mr. Rohit, clear? Okay. Yes, next question. Next question is also very important and very interesting question. So let me see how much you can find it. Okay. So we are having time. You can join back. So this question is also JEE 2014 advanced. Don't think that I am taking old questions, because every year it will be there. While you are practicing time, you can understand it. Okay. So I am taking a disk. Rudreswar, you all should try. I will give you the question, then you try, then only I will teach it. So axis of rotation. It is what actually? Disk, guys. So disk means moment of inertia. At least that you should determine first through the center of mass. Moment of inertia, fastly.
MR square by 2.
MR square by MR square by 2R.
2.
Yeah, that is what. Now, imagine center of mass is, this is the center of mass. Now, actually it is a circular platform. Circular platform, it is a disk. Okay. So it is free to rotate. Circular platform, it is free to rotate. Free to rotate. Who is having a mass m and radius r? Actually, it is a disk. So whose mass is 0.45 kg and whose radius is 0.5 meter. Any problem for anybody? Are you clear, everybody? Yes, please. Now, from the center of mass, from a distance of 0.25 meters, be very careful. At what distance? Everybody? 0.25 meters. Okay. And this side also at a 0.25 meters, I kept it 2 toy guns. What guns, everyone? 2 toy guns. Clear? Yes, Rudreswar? So I kept it 2 toy guns. So at 0.25 meters distance. Now what will happen means, so at a time both they have been fired a bullet. Are you clear, everybody? Are you able to understanding, everyone? Clear, guys? All of you?
Yes, sir.
So 2 toy guns I kept. T means toy guns, both are massless. So toy guns has been kept, both are massless. The question is now, write it. So when these balls leave the platform, when these balls leave the platform means what, guys? Both are travel to the edges. Am I right? Will you all agree with me? Everybody? Please respond, all of you. That is what. So both will leave the platform, their velocities, their velocity are 9 meter per second. Velocities are 9 meter per second each. Okay. Find the omega of platform when balls leave the disk. And one more thing I forgot. Mass of the balls is equals to 0.05 kg. That's all it is. Okay. So options: 4 radians per second. Option B, 6 radians per second. Option C, 8 radians per second.